total of 23 countries have confirmed their qualification for the next summer FIFA World Cup in Russia, coming up in that wonderful country of Vladimir Putin. Of course, 10 European countries are one of them, 7 from the Americas, 4 from Asia, and only 2 from Africa. And among the 2 in Africa, my country, Nigeria, is one of them, actually becoming the first African country to qualify for that FIFA World Cup in this year. Of course, that was a very, very great feat for us last weekend across the entire world. All Nigerians across the entire world celebrating that particular feat by the Super Eagles. It is on this exciting note I welcome you to Limitless Soccer this week. My name is Bayonle Arashi. Welcome to the show. Of course, we're starting up straight away with those highlights of that 2 games between Nigeria versus Zambia, and of course the emotional game in Cairo featuring Egypt versus Congo. What a great game that one was at the Akwa Ibom Stadium in Uyo, and of course that one between Egypt and of course Congo DR. Enjoy them, and I'll be back on the show. Welcome to Limitless Soccer. Welcome back. Did you hear that commentary by the Egyptian commentator when Mohamed Salah was about to take that all but nothing penalty in the 95th minute for Egypt? That is actually one of the most emotional games I've seen after that semi-final between Nigeria and Brazil at the Atlanta Olympics in 1996. Straight up, we'll move on to the European qualifiers. Of course, like I said in the opening vlog, that 10 countries have already qualified from Europe. England being one of them, Portugal also one of them, and of course other powerhouse in Europe already qualified. Enjoy those highlights from the European countries, and of course we'll bring you the Americas come next on the show. Well, you can say again that last week Tuesday was really a big day for most European countries, but the same cannot be said right here in the United States. The US men's national team will not be going to the FIFA World Cup for the first time since 1986. Of course, you know the US men's national team were beaten by spoilers Trinidad and Tobago. That's what we decided to call them, because they had no reason to actually drag that game with the US MNT, as we call them. But of course, they defeated them, but right at their own home, 2-1. And of course, Panama did it in a great way, actually declaring a public holiday on Wednesday to celebrate their first ever World Cup qualification in that particular great country. Of course, how about that performance by Lionel Messi for Argentina, carrying the entire country on his back versus Ecuador? You remember that game on Tuesday night. Argentines were down by 1-0, but of course the greatest player to ever play the game of football, of course very arguable, because that fight between him and Cristiano Ronaldo will continue until those 2 players stop playing the beautiful game. Enjoy those highlights: Argentina, Colombia, and of course the USA national team. And I will be back on the show to round off this week Limitless Soccer. As we draw the curtain on the show this week, remember that the Under-17 FIFA World Cup started last week Friday in India, and of course 5 times world champions Nigeria, of course, is not a part of that one, but we have a name that sounds like Nigeria, that is Niger, participating in that World Cup trophy in India. We have 4 African countries representing Africa in that tournament, namely Ghana, Equatorial Guinea, and of course DJ, as I mentioned earlier. Next week we'll bring you some highlights from that particular tournament, but that's what we will use to round off the show for today. Game between Ghana and of course their opponents in the opening fixture at that World Cup, and of course the one that feature Niger as well. Come sponsor this show. You remember, as I always say every week, you will be so glad you did. And I will see you again next time, God willing. My name is Bayonle Arashi. Bye bye now.